The topic is the Metropolitan Council, an update, and we're talking to Councilman Walter Hunt from District 3 of the Metropolitan Davidson County Council. And of course, Walter Hunt, Councilman Hunt, let's see if we can pick up where we left off the last time, because I think you gave us an excellent overview of some of your experiences, and now we find that you represent District 3 in the Metropolitan Council. Tell us how that all happened, and let's talk about the council itself.
Well, you know, after having so much experience and talking to so many people, there was an opportunity for me to run in the 3rd District, which is the most northern part of Davidson County. And we were able to be very successful in that particular race. And you'll find that there's almost like 2 sides of council business that we take care of. One's in the community, and the other one's in the council itself. But I want to talk about what goes on in the community first, because I think that's very, very important. One of the things that I learned when I was on the federal level is that you got to respond to people. And I was trying to figure out how do I respond to people in the numbers, in great numbers, and not miss anybody, and try to do a quality job in those responses. Then I thought about what we were doing on the federal level, so I implemented what we call the district website, which is www.nashvilledistrict3.com. Now, on that website, my constituents in the 3rd District can talk to me 24/7. They can talk to me 3 o'clock in the morning. Of course, I probably won't get it until about 7 or 8 the next day, because I'll be asleep. But you got a page in there where you can put all your comments on there and put the identifying addresses and all that information, and just hit submit, and it comes right to my house. And then once I get it, then I'll start processing it right away, and then I get a rapid response. So I can handle a lot of cases coming from my constituents in a short period of time. And I think that's the whole idea, is trying to be responsive to your constituents' needs. That's one side of the council responsibilities, because in the district, you will find that there are developers that's wanting to build things in the district. You'll find codes coming in and enforcing the cleanliness. There's all kinds of things going on in the district all the time. And so those are direct needs that the people see that needs to be solved. So you got to really take that special. Now, when you get on into the council, other than the people who watch Channel 3, a lot of people won't really know what's going on in the council until they read it in the newspaper, or somebody's talking about it, unless it's a controversial issue, like the English First bill we just had. We got another bill up there, and I'll talk about that a little later, the Western Hotel. We got the ballpark coming in, and of course we got the proposed convention center that's also coming in. And all those are really controversial type issues, because you're always going to have the pros and cons of those issues. Some people will like them, some will not like them. And then that's when it gets really, really serious. But that's all dealt with in the council. But we try to listen to what the people are saying about it, because usually when you have a very controversial issue, people will call you and email you, and they will allow you to understand how they're thinking. And that's a big factor. In this business, I learned that there's 2 types of groups out there on controversial issues. There are the noisy minority, and there's the silent majority. Now, you won't hear from the silent majority on the front end. You tend to hear from them on the back end. But you're going to hear from that noisy minority right away. Right away. And that's good. That's good. It shows you that those people are really paying attention, and you know, they're voicing their choices and their feelings about it, which I think is good, because it helps us to see which way.
And that's why you represent them.
Yeah, you have to listen to them. And I try to listen to what my constituents are saying, and accommodate them based on what they're saying. because you really got some sensitive issues out there, and you got to consider everybody's feelings. Unfortunate, like any other competition, there's going to be winners and there's going to be losers. But it's nothing personal, so you just have to do what you think is right. At that point in time, I try to use my head and what the people are saying and try to make the correct call for the benefit and the betterment of the city. No one individual, because we all have to live in this city, and I think that when we make those decisions, it should be the city and the quality of life and all of that should be taken into consideration.
You know, one of the issues I think is very, very important, and I think you've already mentioned it, and I think in a real sense by speaking to this issue, you can also bring in some reference to the hotel and convention and et cetera. And that's the ballpark. You know, I think that we've become really a sports city in a real sense, and et cetera. Now, what's the council's attitude in reference to the ballpark, and what do you see that might be done in reference to that?
Okay, I can tell you the council's attitude as well as mine. We don't mind. I think those kind of venues are good for the city, and we don't mind Nashville going after those kinds of venues. But if they have to go after them without the expense of the constituents, I really have a problem building big venues with taxes from the citizens, and you have a large percentage of the citizens that's never going to see the inside of them. So we have to start financing those kind of venues and buildings in some other manner, and I think that's what is happening with the ballpark. The city, as I understand it, will be contributing some part of that funding, but there will be more toward maintenance.
Good.
It will not be toward the building, and they have what they call about a $43 million package that this stadium is going to cost. And that funding is supposed to be in place before they break ground. They ran a little short. They overextended their deadlines on one period, and so the council had to give them an extension in order to get the deadline back in focus. So
Okay, well, I tell you, let's hold it right there, Councilman Hunt, and take this second commercial break, after which we'll come back and we'll allow you to continue that, because I think you're talking about something that the people are interested in. And of course, we'll be back with you following this very, very short commercial break. We're talking to Council